During the spring, in lakes across the North Woods, underneath the surface of the water and inching up through the soil are baby wild rice plants. These babies are growing from seeds, like this one, that were not harvested in the fall but instead fell into the soil and stayed dormant until the warmer spring temperatures spurred them into growth. The baby plants are competing with cattails, lily pads, and other plant species to find enough space to grow roots and soak up plenty of sunlight. As the babies begin to grow up and reach the water's surface in their adolescence, they begin to float along the top of the water in a singular ribbon-like strand. In this stage, the plant is vulnerable to quick changes in water or wind levels and also to other animals feeding on it, such as geese, ducks, and swans that can pull the plant's roots from the soil and leave the plant unable to fully develop. However, if the rice isn't damaged and grows abundantly, it can create a mini underwater forest where fish and other wildlife can find protection from their predators. As rice continues to grow along the water's surface and into its adult stage of life, it shoots another stem up into the air that will start producing flowers and the grain that people can harvest for a delicious meal. Erin Matula, one of the scientists doing research on wild rice this summer at Trout Lake Station, and a budding scientist herself, as she is the undergraduate on the project, harvests wild rice and is familiar with this process. Wild rice harvesting has also been a long-time tradition for the native Ojibwe who live in northern Wisconsin and is still highly valued by them today. Sadly, over the past few decades, lakes in the North Woods have seen a decline in the amount of rice growing. Lakes that once had wild rice so dense that it was almost impossible to boat through now only have a few stems of rice growing throughout the whole lake. This summer, Erin is teaming up with two experienced scientists, Susan Knight and Gretchen Garish, to try to figure out what has been causing the rice to decline in local lakes. This team can be found on 6 lakes throughout the summer, throwing a square made out of PVC pipe into the water at different GPS locations to survey the rice within it. They keep track of how tall the plants are, what stage of growth they are in, the other plants growing around the rice, the soil type the rice is growing in, and much more. This data will help them become closer at solving the mystery of the declining wild rice populations across the North Woods. Until the mystery is solved, it is important to keep the wild rice that is still growing in our lakes alive. This can be done by looking out for it while you are on the water and paddling through it when you see it close to your boat instead of using your motor. Remembering how important this plant is to other animal species, how cherished it is to other people, and sharing that with people you know can help others look out for it as well. Next time you are on a lake, try to find wild rice, identify what stage of growth it is in, and ponder how it could be helping the lake it is growing in.